Hey, what's going on, guys? It's White Gaming back again with some more Forever Skies. And today what we're going to be doing is going over the trailer that was dropped on Thursday night. It is an absolute beast. I have loved it. It's so damn cool. We're going to go in a little bit of detail, have a little bit of a look through it all, and see if we can spot anything that's out of the ordinary, something that we've not noticed yet. I'm just going to go through. It's going to be very much me picking points out, rambling my thoughts. I'm very excited. I love this trailer. I've watched it several times. I have a lot to say. And then after that, the devs put out their own little dev blog. So we will go through that towards the end of the video, which has a little bit more of a detailed look into the trailer from their perspective and giving us a little bit of information. So very nice, very good. I quite like it. Let's jump in. So first things first, we get a look at the controls of our airship. Seems very simple, just a simple joystick and the panel in front, which has the kilometers per hour and the MASL. I'm not too sure if that's altitude or not. I don't know what MASL stands for. And then obviously we've got a compass at the bottom as well, which is good. Very easy to navigate then. How the controls are going to be, how responsive it'll be, I'm not 100% sure. Whether once it's released, we start off with a small airship, it's relatively easy to control, but as you add more weight, more rooms to that airship, does it become harder to maneuver? There's a lot of questions in my mind around the controls of the airship, but obviously they don't want to give away too much. That will spoil the first experience when we get to actually play the game. So I don't mind waiting for little bits like that, because I'm very excited to actually try it out and see what it does. But manoeuvring it in, as you can see from the video in just a second, it does look relatively simple. So he's just swinging it around like that. It is massive, and there's loads of rooms underneath. The one thing that I would really hope that we can switch up is, do we have to have square rooms? I'm hoping there's curved aspects to it to make the ship look more streamlined and look like it's not just boxes floating under the ship. I love those rooms. They're very cool, but I think some maybe exterior decoration rooms that could go on there would be really nice. I do like this as well, the little catwalks that you've got. Whether you can just stop your ship in midair, get out and wander around, don't know. I hope so, because that would be really nice to do. Just get out, have a look around the surroundings, see what you've got. Now, obviously we can see this first section here, the world is down. And I love that look of the earth there, just all the dust. Obviously, I don't know what the blue things are. They must be storms of some sort. They've got to be storm surges. But I love the dust coming off it. It looks stunning.
Fled. A death followed.
And then we drop in by the looks of it. I was thinking about this because how did we actually get back onto planet?
Fled.
Something that's not really been answered that I've noticed anyway. I haven't found anything like how we got there. Do we drop in with this and this is the start of our dropship? Or are we dropping in and there's a dropship already on Earth that we have to go locate and get in? It's strange. I mean, that doesn't look big enough, does it? It looks, unless we're just very zoomed out. But I would assume there's something that we build when we get on the ground. So we do land on a predetermined point which has some resources enough to actually get the airship off the ground.
Death followed, hidden in our blood.
See, look, we've just come through that room, so maybe we have landed and then we go over to actually retrieve the airship. But it does look like it's got some built modules on it already, so possibly not. I do love just the absolutely gorgeous scenery, though. I think it's brutally brilliant. Everything is absolutely shagged. It's screwed, everything's gone. But you can just wander around this beautiful environment in the skies. It looks absolutely stunning. One thing that I have had many questions about is buildings and whether we'll be able to go in almost every building. Is it all explorable? Or are a lot of these buildings locked and you can't actually get on them? Or is it something that we have to develop our ship to actually reach these different areas? I know there is a lot of ship development that goes into it, so you can't do everything from the get-go. Same with your build tool that's on your arm. You do have to upgrade that, which will help you reach certain areas. I know I keep referring to it, but much like Subnautica, you have to get the different tools. Whether or not the multi-tool on your arm will do everything, or whether we'll have to find different tools to actually take on certain parts or maybe move certain things, or whether we just create different modules for that one thing that's on your arm. I love the first look of it. I absolutely love it. And then this display as well is very, very cool. So speed, height, wind, and then weight capacity. Whether we'll be able to upgrade this, don't know. I hope we can upgrade things like this. It'd be very cool to upgrade your weight capacity, get things built up a lot more. Well, I wonder what happens if you do have a too high weight capacity. Do you start to fall down, or maybe you just don't take off? I do love it though. I love the stats that you've got on this. The hull, the bow, midship, stern, balloon. So that must be the actual health of it. So obviously storms can damage it. I wonder what happens if it does get completely damaged, or maybe that doesn't happen. Obviously it's your only way of surviving, so maybe it doesn't get completely damaged and it just gets destroyed slightly to the point where you have to repair it to actually move. That looks very much like the battery terminal thing on Subnautica. So that I think that is power cells. It looks like some form of power cell. Probably not the one that controls the airship, but I love that as well. How it opens up like that is so damn cool. Look at that. How you just breezing through. Whether you have to go through the buildings or whether we can go above and then literally zoom as fast as you want or not, I don't know. From some of the stuff that we've seen, I do think you can go random altitudes. You don't have to go through buildings. If you wanted to go past a city, you could just fly straight past. And then going back to what I said earlier on about entering the buildings, obviously these ones here just look battered and ruined, but then this one here has this big yellow box on. And obviously the satellite dish on top. So that is a sort of last stand area where the humans actually went to try and survive. There's a lot of those dotted around and we can utilise the majority of them. So whether or not only buildings with these sort of landing pads on are the ones that we can enter. Curious. So it does look like the controls are going to be very, very slow. But that could just be a weight thing. No, I love that. I think that's an absolutely gorgeous scene. The bridge falling down. That there, whether that's an elevator or not, don't know. But bits like this are going to be what we have to go in, search for all of our bits and bobs, gather materials, gather resources, gather food and water. And this is going to help us survive. Just looks so cool. I think the first thing I'm going to do is fly my airship directly into the dust, just because why not? Now this is something that I'm very interested in. So it is very, very cool. I can't actually read it. No, go back. There we go. So that, obviously, we're going to have to build different... print time, 25 minutes and 30 seconds. But it's not going to be a quick crafting type of thing. We're going to have to craft... Whether that's real time or not, don't know. But it does look like we're going to be crafting stuff and then coming away for a while. These are obviously all your different modules. Whether we have to carry them around with us or not. Something I'm very curious about is inventory. Whether we have an inventory, whether we have to carry these around or whether we put them back. So that's a build tool there. That's a repair tool. That's an extractor. I don't know what that one says. Something tool. I do like the look of them, though, on the hand. They look very, very cool. Whether we carry these round in a sort of inventory or not is yet to be seen. Oh, I love these as well. You can tell, just from this bit in a second, they did say, like I mentioned at the start, we're going to have to solve puzzles. So things like this, they could just be a part of the lore, or they could be puzzles and hints at locations. There's a lot of things that could be there. That I know just a simple sentence, but it could be a lot more than that. And then there we have the, why did you do this, devs? You strange people, there's something wrong with you. Put the doll there. Freaky ass shit. Ugh. Ah, don't like it. Creepy. Storms. Beautiful. Now this room. Look at that. Looks to me like there's a lot of resources in here that you'd be able to pick up. I kind of feel like the stuff that's a little bit brighter is stuff that's interactable. So like this canister up top here, whatever this thing is there, and then this toolbox. Does look like there's some either papers or a laptop on the desk as well. So I translated this here that's on the wall, and that means there will not be another end of the world. I think I've got the translation right. I might be wrong, but I think that's what it means anyway. Now, this is obviously last remains of the human civilization before everything went to complete shite. They've been writing these things on the walls. So that just brings in, like, there's definitely a lot of lore. And then this guy, look at him. Oh, he messed up. I don't know whether this is meant to be some sort of field hospital or not. Whatever it is, he needs help here. He needs a cast or something. That wrist is in a bad way. It's very cool. See, there we go. Those light things again are obviously things that you can pick up. All the darker bits in the room are, don't know what they are, but that looks like some sort of food. Obviously the gas masks down there, and then whatever that is, it looks like some sort of fuel container. And there we go, it's picking up preserved food. And there we go, another instance of the different colours, which could possibly hint at things that are more interactable. So there's a crane over here, which looks like that could be an interactable object. It's much brighter than the rest of the surroundings, and that obviously helps you identify things a lot easier. Now, scanning, viruses. Oh yes, that is something that's very interesting, and is also going to be a massive, massive part of the game. I love the storm systems. It just looks so brutal. Obviously, we're not going to be able to move if that's out, or we'll be able to move with limited capacity. We are back in the airship, so let's just go over a few little bits in here. Now, I love this. Obviously, that's where you craft your modules for your wrist shooter tutor. But these posters here, they've gone over these already, and you can collect these throughout the world and bring them back to your base and place them on wherever you want them, which is very nice. I like that idea. I think it's really cool that they're doing that. I'm quite excited to be able to fill up my my dropship with whatever I want in it. You can pick up toy cars, you can pick up all sorts. And then these down here, I think they're storage crates. Now, going back to the bit I mentioned earlier about things being able to interact with, there was one of these on the shelf, and obviously you've brought them back here. They look like, that looks like a power symbol, so maybe there's some sort of portable power packs. Now, building. Yes, that is what we want to see. I like this. You can reduce balloon, expand balloon. So these are obviously things that we can do to... there we go, catwalk there. That answers another question that we brought up earlier as well. Obviously, we can improve the balloon, make it bigger, which is good. I like that. I like to be... I'm hoping we have very much a free sort of reign with this. And you've got LBRB up there. Oh, it's coming... I didn't think it was coming to console straight away. I must have missed that. Okay. I know it's coming to next-gen consoles, but I didn't know whether it would be releasing at the same time. Obviously, LBRB, this is done on a console. Now, I love this. Simplistic building, using the build tool, bang, a ladder right there. Now, that's something that we haven't seen anything of. Obviously, we've got the repair tool here, but we haven't seen the transition between repair tool and build tool. Now, this is something I want to go over massively. But we haven't seen the transition between build tool and repair tool. So whether we do have to swap the modules out each time, which would lead me to believe that we must have some form of inventory because we've got to carry those modules around. I don't want to be, I know personally I don't want to be running back to my ship every time I need to change my module. Whether we'd have to do that or not, don't know. Alright, let's have a look here. This is where shit goes down. Although, let's just go back because I love this bit of the storm. It's so cool. see that roar. What is that? There is something big under there. Something big has brought this building down. Now, they have said there's not really... It's not going to be all guns blazing. Let's fight everything that we can possibly find. But they have said that we need to use the virus strains to our advantage. So we could possibly be using the virus strains as weapons. That is something that's been playing on my mind. I believe that is what we're going to have to do. The virus strains, using them as weapons, could be a very, very cool aspect. I don't think there's actual firearms in it. I'm pretty sure there's not. Going back through my mind at their Q&A, pretty sure there's no firearms. But there is a sort of combat system. It's going to be much more like flight than fight, which is... I don't mind that. I don't mind a nice, chill, relaxing game. So, this colossal life form, though, that screech, it's big, whatever it is, it's massive. See, at first I thought it was just a building coming down, but that's definitely not. Definitely not. They have said we're going to face advanced flora and fauna. They haven't said that we're going to be facing giant aliens that have overtaken the world. So I don't know, maybe it's a giant daffodil. Well, this very, very cool surface lift. Now this is going to be more of the... I don't know whether it's going to be end game type of stuff, but this is definitely going to be the very hardcore part. I do like that as well. I never noticed that at first, but that's the stop war. They're standing with Ukraine. The developers have been doing a lot of work raising money and supporting Ukraine, which is absolutely amazing. Now, the elevator. Obviously, as you go down, I like the look. I don't like there's... I was hoping we'd see something. I wanted to see something. Maybe something hit the glass or just something go past you. I don't think anything does. I've watched this several times and I haven't picked anything up. But it's very, very cool. I do absolutely love it. And just that screenshot, obviously there, the different ways that we'll be able to mess around with our airship. This does look like a very starter sort of airship. It doesn't look as advanced as the one that we've got. Maybe this was just concept and the airship has changed completely. But there's no catwalks or anything on it. They've just built it. They've got a satellite dish. Now these just are the bits that are going to be exciting. Going over to these things here. This is where it's going to be. I'm excited. I do want to just drop down with the airship already though. Only thing that I'm very disappointed with is we haven't got a release date. It's coming this year. I know that it's coming this year. They could possibly postpone it. I hope they don't, but you never know what happens. They haven't set a release date, so it is a possibility. Now, the new trailer follows our main protagonist, a lone scientist desperately searching for answers in the aftermath of an ecological disaster, in which civilization as we know it on Earth has been completely destroyed. Players must explore ruins above and below the toxic dust in this alien new world, collecting samples and hunting for viral pathogens to find a cure for what remains of humanity both on foot and in a fully adaptable futuristic ship. Our protagonist is on a science mission. He's equipped with an arsenal of tools, many of which you will get a glimpse of in the new trailer. So let's break it down into more detail. First off, we have the hand Extractor. The tool gives you the ability to break down materials such as metal, glass, synthetic material and others down to a molecular level. These materials can then be repurposed and fabricated into useful items to help you survive or rebuild parts of your airship with the build tool. Now that's pretty cool. I have some thoughts on that, but we'll go over those in a second. And they've shown the build tool functions in the previous weeks, from creating entire rooms, walls, doors and more. In the trailer, the lone scientist uses it to materialize a ladder to reach a recently damaged part of the airship. Dynamic weather in Forever Skies can be unpredictable and unforgivable. Now that bit of the trailer where you're putting out the fire on the... I don't know what it is. Let's just say it's a turbine. It's a futuristic turbine. Is very, very, very cool. I do like that a lot. Now, the repair tool. The handy piece of hardware can repair damage to your ship's hull and also your equipment using its nanobot repair foam. It makes a brief appearance in the trailer after lightning damages one of your turbines. Despite this setback, the journey into the derelict town was worth it, having managed to secure data of the location of a much needed virus strain sample. The scanner tool is incredibly useful. You do see it in the trailer being used to extract data from a pre-disaster terminal. But this isn't the only use. It can be used to help reverse engineer old technology, identify different types of materials, and solve puzzles. It can also be used on organic material too, to give you the nutritional information on food that you might need in the world, or whether that body of water you just found is safe enough to drink. A core mechanic of Forever Skies will be collecting the virus samples, modifying them to create different pathogens with different effects. By scanning the terminal, the lone scientist can discover what the sample is and its location under the dust. Now, that's cool. I like that we find it gives you the sort of location, and then we've actually got to go and search it. You don't just scan laptops and get everything you need. You do have to put up a bit of a fight to get all this cool tech, which is brilliant. Now, getting under the dust isn't as simple as lowering your airship's altitude. In fact, we would highly discourage you from doing that. The dust will cause a lot of damage to your ship's hull. Instead, you will be required to locate a surface lift location which can be found dotted around the world, and these will take you down to the perilous surface level. After descending below the dust, you discover a strange new world, the planet's surface that's changed in our absence. Be prepared to face evolved fauna and flora while you explore the surface of what was once our planet. Now, what did you think of the trailer? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you want to let those guys know, do it. Let the team know. They really do appreciate all the feedback that they get. If you haven't joined their Discord, do that also. The links are all in the description below. Now I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. It is so damn cool. I can't wait to find out more. It seems like we're getting a little bit of news every Friday. That's good for me. I like that a lot. That's brilliant. I would definitely love to see a little bit more on what's beneath the dust, but I know that might throw out a lot of surprise. So, yes, I'm in an R really. I'm in an R. But I've enjoyed that. That was fun. Going through this trailer, I have had a lot of fun this weekend. Obviously, my voice is still a bit croaky, so hopefully I haven't been at any point throughout the video. I don't think I have. I have edited out any parts that I've been coughing my lungs up. For today, though, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from me. If you have enjoyed the video and you're a fan of Forever Skies, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, greatly appreciate it. Drop some comments down below, let me know what you think of this game. And also, if you want to support the channel a little bit further, please consider checking out the members, which is down below. For today, though, I have been Wired. You've been awesome. Hopefully we'll see you next week with some more Forever Skies.